Hello and welcome to another edition of BCR Webcasting. Today we're talking about our forthcoming event, which is going to take place in Dubai. It's called MENA Supply Chain Finance, and that's on the 5th and 6th of November at the Westin Hotel in Dubai. And one of the sessions, one of the important sessions that we're going to be covering is about fostering strategic collaborations between fintechs and banks in order to drive growth in the MENA region. So I'm very happy to be joined today by Latif Sheik, Business Development Director, Comarch Middle East. Latif, welcome.
Thank you so much, Michael. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
Latif, you've got a lot of experience in the MENA region, and you've been witnessing how technology has been helping banks and fintechs to develop factoring, supply chain finance solutions and platforms. And, you know, we've heard a lot of talk about digitization in recent years. Can you just tell us how you feel that banks and tech providers are collaborating to streamline the onboarding process for SCF, onboarding clients and suppliers, especially across multiple jurisdictions? This has always been or long been an issue for some, and particularly when you get to onboarding small suppliers. Tell us how that's working between banks and tech providers now.
Sure, definitely, Michael. So in the MENA region, we have seen growing demand for streamlining the onboarding and KYC processes, especially across, multiple jurisdiction. It's driving banks and technology providers to collaborate closely. What we are doing, for example, with Comarch factoring platform, we kind of offer a digital onboarding capabilities that can be adaptable to the local regulatory requirements in terms of the needs. We also collaborate with different local providers in terms of providing, RFID integrations and, getting validate informations from coming from the local government authorities, including advanced integrations with digital KYC systems. So by leveraging such kind of automations and API-based integrations with both the national and international database, the platform basically helps to reduce such onboarding time, which is normally very time-consuming and cumbersome in terms of manual activities. So most of the banks are trying to cooperate with fintech providers in this area to ensure, first of all, timely onboarding and providing seamless services to the clients, and also, but to ensure with the compliance requirements of multiple jurisdictions. In the Middle East, where, cross-border business is very common, our solution, what we are trying from our side is to provide the flexibility to address regional regulations as well as speeding up kind of KYC process, along with maintaining security and compliance, which is very important for the banks.
I suppose reducing cost as well as streamlining.
Yes, of course, of course.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
once you automate such kind of process, you kind of reduce a lot of costs in terms of the manual effort which goes from the operations team to do these kind of onboarding exercises. Also, with respect to the timely onboarding is becoming difficult when you have a lot of applications. So the better the automated process delivers better results, of course.
Okay. And what about risk management? And I'm particularly interested in where AI and machine learning can come into this. And I'm talking again about banks working with fintechs. What's the latest in terms of managing risk and adopting the use of AI and machine learning?
While there are many examples, let's take some specific examples for artificial intelligence and ML collaboration in the overall supply chain finance process. which is kind of emerging in the Middle East, for to be honest, from the fact, and we have seen interest from local banks, looking to enhance such kind of credit assessment and risk management processes, while they also collaborate with certain, risk information provider, but also, how you can utilize, the benefits of artificial intelligence and, learning on its based from the system based on past behavior and then the past incidents which has been occurred for different risk areas. So what we have done, for example, is we built our platform with the kind of machine learning capabilities and AI on top of it, so that it can learn from the behavior of the past incidents, and also in order to help to do the predictive analytics for risk profiling and credit scoring, gathering, of course, data from various different source and providers by integration. If sometimes banks already have some sort of credit score provider, we can integrate with them and consume those informations to do the profiling. These technologies actually, by doing such kind of enablement with AI, it kind of provides more accurate assessments of this potential risk which could happen, by analyzing historical data, what is available, and also combining it with the real-time market conditions, and the trends and recent incidents happening across the globe in terms of supply chain finance. And although these AI driven solutions are relatively new to the region. So, when you see there's a lot of hype happening in terms of ChatGPT and others, but specific solution dedicated for risk and credit assessment. There are early adopters who are seeing improved risk mitigation and faster decision-making process, and this has helped the potential to lead greater adoption in the future for AI-enabled, risk assessment tool for the financial institutions to, and helping them manage such complex, risk processes and management. But of course, data is the key here, as you say, garbage in, garbage out. The kind of quality of the data and the source of truth is very important, when you are trying to automate such kind of risk profiling exercises, because it could happen in a way that there should be still some sort of manual intervention. You cannot release all the transactions through, because there are a lot of cases where there are hackers and some loopholes which people find out on AI based algorithms to train, and find out the way. So there are a lot of frauds happening, and that's where we are trying to build a robust platform which can not only analyze the historical data and the source of data coming from various different credit scoring providers, but also assess it along with the real market conditions and trends.
Hmm. And as you said, AI and machine learning this is not new, but there's been an awful lot of talk about it in the last year or two, possibly because of the new versions of ChatGPT, which people are using. But do you see the trend for using AI accelerating and becoming a game changer, particularly in the MENA region? You said it's been started to be used in the MENA region relatively recently. Do you see this as being a big game changer in the region for risk assessment in the coming years?
In terms of risk assessment, yes, because but now if you talk to any company, they are saying that our solution is AI powered, and the AI has become a buzzword now, where every other player are talking about it. But it's also very important to see how much robust the platform is, and how much self learning it can bring into table, because as we say, the hype of AI, or how popular it is getting, the various other loopholes also coming into picture. For example, like if you're trying to use AI for digital onboarding, let's say if you're using a facial recognition technology. I was recently seeing a use case of a newly developed tool which can in a live video, replace the face of the speaker with somebody whom you want to. So these kind of things can happen real time. So the technology is moving advanced in such a way that, it will be very difficult for you to, compare or analyze what is a real video and what is a fake video, or if it was, it's a real person or a fake person behind the camera. So it's the more easier it is becoming, the more difficult, easier in terms of doing the onboarding, but also it's getting difficult and difficult to analyze whether the person behind the camera is real or fake. So there is a very thin layer in terms of real and fake, and this is where it also helps when you combine multiple source of authentication, not only with the onboarding, but also with providing certain sort of, document proof or RFID integration or such kind of, two-factor or multi-factor authentication will actually help to do such kind of risk assessment better.
Mm. So we've been talking generally up to now about technology and how that's being used, but are there any specific aspects of Comarch's offerings that are going to strengthen banks' abilities to offer end-to-end digital supply chain finance solutions?
Definitely, so Comarch is planning to continue strengthening our offers to the banks in the MENA region, where we are having, focusing on the areas of supply chain finance, end-to-end platform we have. It's called Comarch Factoring Platform. But apart from that, we are also doing a lot of investments and in the areas of fintech collaboration for the banks using solutions like, Comarch Open Platform and others where we utilize concepts like microservices, architecture, cloud native, where API-based integration becomes very seamless for the clients to provide end-to-end service, whether, you already have some solution to cater to a specific need of the process, and there are some gaps which you would want to fill. So instead of replacing the end-to-end entire suite, you can still collaborate, with third-party vendor, fintech vendor, in terms of, filling the gap for that particular need. However, when it comes to Comarch Factoring Platform, we actually provide a fully digital and, customizable supply chain finance solution that actually integrates with banks, whatever existing system they might have, and kind of allow, better user experience and better management of the overall, supply chain finance workflow, whether it is onboarding, credit assessment, or real-time monitoring, payment processing, or bank reconciliation. We are actually using AI-based functionalities in terms of bank reconciliation process as well. And in our roadmap also, we are continuously investing in R&D on how we can make it better and better from time to time with new releases, like what we said about ChatGPT. We also have frequent releases on quarters in our platform, where we kind of introduce new functionalities and features for the bank. And this is way in a way investing investing in advanced data analytics and AI tools, which will actually enable the predictive side of it, and also in terms of accurate financial forecasting, and specifically recognizing the needs of regulatory compliance from local Middle East market, because KSA have a different set of requirements, Bahrain have a separate set of requirements, UAE have a separate set of requirements, same as the case with Qatar and Kuwait. So we kind of additionally recognizing these kind of Middle East regional requirements across different countries, and enabling flexibility for the bank to meet these both local and international requirements. We aim to provide MENA banks, with all the tools they need to deliver faster, more secure, and a scalable supply chain finance solution to the market, considering the evolving demands of the clients, specifically in this market.
Mm. And as you're developing new technology and investing in new technology, presumably that's available not only to new clients, but that's also made available to existing clients as and when you're introducing that.
Of course, yes, that's what we are doing currently. So what we have where we have active valid engagements on SaaS basis, whatever new functionalities and features have been released is also extended to existing customers based on their priority, because some banks have a specific need to meet, so we cater to that particular need. But when there is an arrangement between the bank and Comarch where we have plans to provide functional upgrades in the future. So we provide all these upgrades to, whenever the new functionalities and releases has been made available to the market.
Well, Latif, thank you very much indeed for speaking to me today, and very much looking forward to hearing more from you in Dubai. Just to remind everybody, that's on the 5th and 6th of November at the Westin in Dubai, and that is our MENA Supply Chain Finance conference. Latif,
Eagerly
thank
looking
you very
forward
much.
to meet you and Team Michael and all the other guests during the event.